Hello student, I will continue with the relief and the structure in this video. In the last two videos I've explained about the northwestern mountain, the Great Plain and the southern European fold mountain region. So in this video I will start with the central and the southern highlands. So from the term central and the southern highland, you can understand it is telling about the highlands that is present in the central portion of the Europe and in the southern section of the Europe. Okay, so this region actually includes the uplands of the central and the southwestern Europe. So the blocks of the elevated uplands that are found in these regions are some dissected plateaus and the faulted valleys. There are meseta plateaus in the Iberian region. And the central massif of the France that is present in this portion, and the highlands of the Brittany and the southern Ireland. Okay, so the Ireland, so there are the islands which are present over here in the highlands of the Brittany and the southwestern portion of the Ireland. In the Rhine Highlands, so the Rhine Highlands is present over here. And the Vosges and the Black Forest ranges of the Rhine, so the Vosges and the Black Forest is also present over here. Next is the Rift Valley of the Rhine. The Rhine is present over here. Next is the Bohemian Uplands. The Bohemian Upland is present in this section. Are some of the important landform features that are present in the central and the southern Highland portion. Next is the southern river basin. So there are huge number of the river basins are present in between the hills and the mountains and the plateaus and the highlands in the southern portion of the Europe. These are in fact the intermontane plains, that is the plain which are almost surrounded by the mountains and the hills. This includes the Lombardy plain of the Po Valley, then the Italy in this portion. This is the Italian portion. Then the Hungarian plain that is present over here, the Wallachian plains of the Danube basin, and the Rhone Valley of the southern France, which is present in this portion. So these regions are one of the most fertile plain of the Europe and have made the continent agriculturally prosperous. So why this region is very fertile plain of the Europe? The reason is that all the river valleys are present in this section. So the river carries the silt, which are fertile alluvium, which are getting deposited in the plainland region and making the land fertile. Okay. Next landform division that is we have is the coastal plains. So coastal plains are means present almost throughout the country. The continent of the Europe is bordered by the green coastal plains on its three sides, that is northern portion, east western portion and the southern section. The coastal plains are bordered by the coastal part of the Great European Plain, and they gradually merge with the greater plains. So with this the relief feature of the Europe portion is over. So I will go through a revision of the relief feature once more. So the first the Europe consists of the 6 physiographic units, or the 6 different types of the relief structure. So amongst them, number 1 is the northwestern mountains and the plateaus, which includes the portion of the northern section including the Scandinavia, Norway and the Sweden portion. Then we have the Great European Plains, which is present in the central and the central portion and a little bit western portion of the Europe. Then we have the South European Fold Mountain, which is present specifically in the southern part of the Europe. Next we have the south and the central highlands, which is present in the central and the southern section of the Europe. And the next is the southern river basins, means the river basins that are present in the southern part of the Europe. And the last one is the coastal plains. The coastal plain is a huge coastal plain is present almost throughout the Europe, because the Europe is surrounded by the oceans and the seas on all its three directions. The next portion is the rivers and the drainage system of Europe. Okay, so the Europe has got innumerable rivers, and most of them are very much small, but they are of great use. So the rivers of the Europe are being classified into three sections. Number one is the north flowing river. Means those rivers which are having their drainage system in the north are being called as the north flowing river. Next is the south flowing river. It includes those rivers which have their drainage or which have their mouth in the southern portion of the Europe. The last one is the west flowing rivers. Those rivers which are flowing in the western section are having their mouth in the western section of the Europe. Okay, so example of the north flowing river is Elbe. An example of the south flowing river is Ural, Volga. Next example of the west flowing river is Tagus, Loire, etc. Okay, so river Volga is the longest river of Europe. The total length of this river is about 3530 kilometer. So this is the end of this video. I'll continue with the next of the portion in the next video. Thank you everyone.